Hey, what's up everybody? This is Honorbot Gamer coming back at you with another video review. Now today, we're going over Transformers Energon, what is it, Mega Class? I think it was, that's what it was called. Mega Class Jetfire. Now, this is a very cool jet, except for it's not a jet, it's a space shuttle. That's why I'm drinking milk. I need some milk. uh, so, anyway, this is a Mega Class Jetfire. He's obviously a space shuttle, very strange looking space shuttle, but I think that this really works. As you can see, he's got a very nice color scheme. It really works, especially for the character. He has some orange on the wings. He's got his guns here. On the ends of the wings, painted a nice gray. He's got a nice black design. Let me just set that off to the side, I guess, before I shoot it off. Yes, he does have a firing missile underneath the crew quarters and the cockpit. Cockpit does not open. Didn't expect it to. He's got a very nice power link symbol painted in a gold on the backside, and then a nice just normal Autobot symbol on this side. His spot for the Energon star. Got two minicom pegs here, and yes, all of the thrusters in the back are also closable. They're on ball joints as well as hinges for transformation. So yeah, I have been excited all week because I've been waiting for this guy to come in, and he got here today, and I'm just excited making the review. That's how excited I am about it. So if you kind of bring this up a little bit, you can pull the gun out. I mean, like, and when it's, my missile launcher is perfectly fine. I just kind of forgot to show it off. When you have the missile and you push up this button, and when you tap on this button, like I accidentally did, it'll shoot the missile off. And missile's just this thing, you know, like that. And if you actually kind of look at it, the weapon is a satellite. So that's kind of a nifty thing going on there. It's pretty neat. Like I said, it's pretty standard. Fires off. And it's just got two pegs on the underside, and you just kind of, you take the first peg, plug it right in there, and then, like I said, push the red button, fires that off. So we'll go ahead and remove that, set these off to the side. We'll do a size comparison with Energon Ironhide, his combining buddy. I'm going to do his review here pretty soon. And excuse the fact that I'm drinking a lot of stuff because I've got some pretty bad allergies going on today, so my throat's dry. But anyway, just there's a little bit of a display option here with these two white sections. You can flip them up and have them like a little bit of an X-wing kind of thing, and you can kind of pose these wings around a little bit. Like you can fold them all the way down, fold them up. Just pretty sure you're just going to want to keep them out though. These wings don't really matter. They don't really add or subtract anything. They just kind of reveal some little vents down here that aren't painted. But me personally, when I have them in space shuttle mode, I'll probably do this, but it's not really going to matter. It's not going to change anything. He does have some nice red translucent up here for the cockpit, and that's about it. So I guess we'll go ahead and move on to excuse me. Let's move on to transformation. First part you'll want to do is just kind of unpeg these sections and move them out. Probably can guess what these were going to be. Yeah, from the age of engineering where these things made sense. Go ahead and take these thrusters and pivot them down like that, and then extend them all the way out, and then just kind of flip these in and turn them this way. So it should be like this. Now the animation model in the show had them sticking out like that, but the animation model in the show had the same thing on both sides, so just go ahead and flip them in, because I don't think you really want to see that. That's not very good looking. next thing you want to do is untab this section and flip that in, and then there's a double joint in here. Just kind of move it up like that till his feet are like that, both sides. Make sure that he's standing up straight. So now you have this, and this is a very important point for the other 3 modes on this figure. So we're just going to keep going to robot modes. What you want to do is grab this red panel right in here and flip that down to form the head. Take this section, kind of fold it back. First, take this back section, split it open, ratchet these forward, peg them into place, and they're very soft ratchets. They're just kind of lock there, lock back in that original position. If you have this up, they'll lock back here. So just push them forward and try to peg them in this position. Fold this all the way down, flip these around, take the arms down, and try to open these sections up. They're a little bit tough with my figure. Come on, there we go. Then you just flip them around. Just take the thrusters into the arm, and that'll reveal the fist. Move that into place. I'll try to get this side on camera. So just kind of take it, flip it around. Transformers have been doing that for almost 30 years now. We know how to do that, hopefully. And there's his robot mode. If you want to, you could, like I said, keep these forward or fold these down like that. But I feel like folding these down makes them look kind of stupid, especially since the animation model from the show, the animation model from the show had them up. So, and we can give him his gun. He can hold that in his hand. Try not to shoot off the missile. But yeah, there's one small problem with this figure, is that this white plastic, well, obviously the joints are a little bit loose from age, but this white plastic is kind of a slick stuff anyway, so it's a little bit, he can't really point his gun straight other than doing something like that. But you know, you can tighten those. It's not really a big deal to me. We'll go ahead and get a nice close-up on that head sculpt there. The head sculpt that doesn't really have much of a neck, just kind of due to that. It's not a big deal to me either. It's just a little bit disappointing. As you can see, he's got nice white, some translucent orange, and some gray. And he does have a gimmick that it does work in shuttle mode, but I'll just go ahead and show it off here, where he can open these up, and it does reveal some nice blue and gold in here. And when you push this button, it'll spring load, just close. I presume it's supposed to be some kind of just a claw, where like if he was flying over in vehicle mode, he'll just grab it or something. But yeah, it doesn't really add or subtract anything, so I don't know. It's just kind of pointless. So there's that. I'll go ahead and transform my Energon Ironhide over here off to the side. There he is next to a average can, just so you can see just about how big he is, while being displayed next to an everyday sized object. Oh, that's the side. Here he is with Ironhide, and as you can see, Ironhide is just, he's taller at the head, but they're pretty much the same size at this point. So there's that, and I guess I'll just lay him next to Energon Wingsaber while I have him here. Let's see, Wingsaber is much taller, but this guy is still better in form of articulation and vehicle mode. Man, I'm thirsty. So earlier I said it was that Ironhide is his combining buddy. So what does that mean? I hear some of you in my younger audience asking. Well, back in the days of Transformers Energon, almost every Autobot had the ability to combine with other Autobots of their size class. So there's Ironhide, Jetfire, and Cliffjumper, and then there are other repaints like Energon, Ironhide, Energon, Jetfire, also called Overcast, and then there was Energon, Cliffjumper, also known as Beachcomber, because there was like a weird thing where they all got Energon boosted, and that happened. So they all have the ability for pants and shirt mode through the Spark of Combination that Primus gave Energon Optimus Prime, and he gave it to all his soldiers. And so that's a thing that happened. So we're going to go ahead and get in that. We're going to start by removing the gun. And then we're going to kind of take it back to that point that I said was kind of important for all of the other modes, because that's kind of like the start point. I'm not going to peg everything back together. That'll take a while. I'll just kind of bring everything out like this. Bring it kind of back like this. And yeah, this is kind of roughly where that was. So to get into what we call shirt mode, what you want to do is bring it back like this, and then just kind of flip them over, split the waist, flip these around like this, pulled up these heel sections to form fists. There's just molded fists in there, and they have a little hole so that he can hold weapons. And then you kind of want to take this whole section back here, flip it around, flip the head down, and then just kind of pop these sections open, flip the thrusters. Yes, you want to flip the thrusters out. You want to flip the thrusters out, kind of fold the wings down to eliminate a little bit of kibble. Come on. It's always just that one side. It's just really tight. There we go. And then tab that in, fold up the back wing, and then just kind of bring these sections up, and then you'll kind of be left with something like this. And I've already put Ironhide in his pants mode, and you just interlock these together, and you have that. Go ahead and give him his gun. I wish that would stop firing. I hope nobody's playing a drinking game to how many times this missile fires. I don't condone that. So yeah, this is Energon Power Links. Yeah, this is pretty much how they all look. Usually how it works is you have somebody form the top and it looks okay, and then the pants look ridiculous, or somebody forms the bottom and this looks okay, and then the top looks ridiculous. I feel like this is the latter situation, because Ironhide forms a very nice sturdy pair of legs. I mean, look at all this space. But then if you come up here to Jetfire, it's a little busy. Like, yeah, the only thing that Ironhide has going on is just like this section dangling off the back, and there's nothing he can really do about that. But yeah, I feel like this, I mean, this works. It's perfectly fine. And of course you can still like use this gimmick, whatever it's supposed to do in this mode, I don't know. You know, apparently he can fly like this. I mean, it allows both of them to fly. Because they're one unit now, but it's just a little bit goofy, I think. Because, yeah. One thing that I prefer to do, because I did see this happen in the show on an actual animation model, is that the fists here, when everything's folding around, if you look, you can catch the fists flip down. So that's why this one might look a little different from ones you've seen. So that's just one thing I do. I take them from like this, which is how most people keep it, and then since you can, I flip it down, because then it hides the fact that there's fists attached to his shins. And also articulation, pretty much the same. He has those universal joints here. Can't really bring his arms forward anymore, but he does have that. And if you wanted to, you could kind of fold this whole thing flat and bring this out like that and form like a pistol out of his hand, I guess. So that's something you can do if you want to. I know I'm just going to kind of keep it like that. Yes, I know these sections are hollow. It's from, what was it, 2003? 2003 to 2004. That's when this happens, so they couldn't exactly hide it that well. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. The milk is hurting me. Anyway, now I'm going to go ahead and return him to that that one point that I was talking about earlier. Yeah. There we go. I'm not going to bother flipping the whole section around because it's going to kind of be like this anyway. There's a little bit of adjustment. And I'm going to transform Ironhide as I babble. So now we're going to flip them. And he's going to become the bottom side, in which Ironhide is in full control of the giant robot. So basically, it's weird. The person on top actually controls the entire robot, but they become one cohesive unit, bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, everything like that. Because you combine both of their minds together, both of their bodies together. It's weird. So I just okay. So we got Ironhide over there ready for that. So, but for Jetfire, his pants mode's not really that complicated. It's actually pretty similar to this as it is. What we kind of want to do is just kind of bring these down. And there's a few different ways to do it. You can kind of do this. You can bring the arms down to have thrusters pointing straight down. I don't, because you have these sections sticking straight out anyway. But then you kind of want to bring the feet out to that extended position that they were at from shuttle mode. And so there's just a tab there. Pegs right into the side. And there you go. That's how much height he gains from that. So, I'm out of milk. I have a little bit. There. Now I'm out of milk. No. And okay, now you just take it and do that. There you go. Now you have him in pants mode. Very simple, I know. Now you take Ironhide and you just kind of want to bend these forward because he does have a lot of junk hanging off the bottom side of his forearms. You just kind of want to peg them together. Now Jetfire, while he does have a very large foot, this section is able to move around a lot more than Ironhide's was, because it can move here, causing him to fall backwards, or the heel can bend up, causing him to fall backwards. So Jetfire is not a very sturdy pair of legs, but I mean, like, this doesn't actually look that bad if you kind of take these sections and just kind of try and fold them back as far as they go. He can still support the weight, and then it allows you to kind of put the arms down a little bit, but then he gets really back heavy, causing him to, like I said, fall backwards. So you kind of have to bring this stuff forward. Yeah, when Jetfire's in pants mode, you have to kind of fiddle with it a little bit, and if all else fails, just kind of lean it forward or use these arms as a counterbalance, which defeats the purpose of trying to put them down. I mean, and if you want to, again, you can bring these wings forward. It doesn't really matter. But articulation's pretty much still the same. Legs go forward. It's got a knee bend. Does that. Swivel. But Ironhide on top, since he actually has a head swivel, he actually gains a little bit of articulation here. But again, he really still can't bring his arm forward. Oh, snap! That's one slight problem. I've never seen this happen on any other figure, but there's just a little peg that holds this whole section on, and that'll pop off occasionally. Just if I'm not messing with it too much, it won't. It seems to stay on fine, but if I'm sitting there messing with it a lot, it'll fall out. We can give him Jetfire's weapon because Ironhide doesn't have guns. His are attached to the sides of his face. So that's a thing. And since you can't hold these guns, he's out of luck there. So Jetfire has to use his gun for this. So yeah, I mean, overall, Jetfire as a figure is not that bad. If you can find him for a fairly decent price. I just so happened to find mine for $15. I ordered it on Tuesday and it got here today, so I'm very thankful for that. If you're watching this, you know who you are that sold this to me, so I thank you for that. If you realize the stuff that I just described there, you may recognize this. Yeah. That is if the seller of this item, because I just got this on eBay a couple days ago, and yeah, I'm surprised. It shipped here fairly quickly, so I'm happy about that. 15 bucks. If you're looking for one of these, I wouldn't pay more than 20 for it in condition like this. And when you go on there, make sure that it has the tail wing and these, because lots of times, since these just kind of pop off a little bit, you'll find them like this instead of like this, or it'll look a little bit more like this than like this. Try to make sure that he does indeed have his wings, and although the gun is not an important piece, I'd also make sure that it has that. Come on! There we go. Section. So yeah, I mean, if you find one mint in box, if you found one for like $30, I feel like that'd be appropriate. But I wouldn't pay more than 20 for one in this condition. But yeah, it was. This is actually a pretty good figure. If you can find one, I'd recommend it. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.